Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? I'm live again. Goody gumdrops. Get stuck with a dreadful thumbnail like that's normally that's what I'll get stuck with now. Hello, hello. It's very nice to be here again. Again, it's summertime. We've got summer now. Hurrah! Actually very hot. Got too many clothes. Hi, Leslyn. How are you? How you doing? It's lovely to be here. Lovely to see everyone. I will look forward to doing some readings with lots of you. Hopefully this gets shared as well so that more people can get messages should they so need. That would be great. I've got lots of decks. I've got 3 tarot decks out and 1 oracle deck out. So I will look forward to pulling some cards for some people. I have criteria. I'm pretty happy answering questions that are not health, legal, fertility, and if people will actually say please, I'm good with that. Those are my rules. So yeah, I wonder who else is here as well. I look forward to seeing you all and wondering where you all are as well. So if you have a question, you're very welcome to ask. I may or may not answer it, but it's nice to see you. What do you want to know? What do you want to know, Leslyn? It's just like you and me now, I think. I think we're like, this is a one-to-one. What do you want to know, Leslyn? Leslyn _girl. What do you want to know? I haven't seen anything since. Where are you? Where is everyone? I can see one person. So it's just me and Leslyn today. And Stace. 3 of us. Oh, yeah. No, you'll have to ask him that, girlfriend. If you don't trust him, that's a conversation for you and him to have. I'm not going to delve into someone else's. If you don't trust him, then that tells you plenty about it. If you don't trust it, then go with your gut. Go with your gut. And if it's no good, then walk away. Don't have arguments. Don't be jealous. Don't have rows. Just walk away from someone you don't trust. And there's maybe a good reason why you don't trust him. If he's never done anything in the past to make you think that, then that's another issue. But yeah, I would go with my gut. He's not answering. Well, that's another. Sometimes not answering is an answer. Sometimes what we don't say tells us more than you know how it is. Hi, Susan in Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma. I don't know the words, which is really good. So yeah, if you don't trust it, then there's a reason for that. If you're not usually the jealous type. So there you go. Who is here? Say hello. Say hello and I will see everybody. I'm having a great afternoon. Thanks, Claire. I hope you're having a good afternoon as well. I will answer questions, or if you haven't got a question, that's okay as well, because I can ask for my guides to work with your guides and to say, what do I need to know right now? I wonder if this is on my timeline. Is it on my timeline, Stones? And then I will see who, like, where does that come from? Hi, Amy. How you doing? Nice to see everybody. I feel like everyone's out sunbathing right now. Yeah, I don't do fertility. I don't do health, and I don't do legal. Hi, Jane. Hello, Anne. Susan, I will pull for you. I will pull you a tarot card. Susan Durrett. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Rachie. Right then, where is she? Susan. I will work with Susan for what you need to know right now. For what you need to know right now. Susan Durrett. I'll wait for them to fall so we make sure we get the one for you. Okay, matey. So this for you speaks. I want, this is really funny. I've got, hurry up, slow down, hurry up, slow down, go quickly, now stop. That's what it's like. I feel like that's really fun. It's not in that order, actually. It's the other way round. So come down the bottom, Susan, and tell me if you understand what I'm saying. I feel you need to take a break because then you're going to have to get going again. That's how it feels in short. And in long, it's sometimes, you know, we just have to give our minds a rest. We have to take a break from our thoughts because things have just been going over and we've had difficulties to process. We've had some harsh thoughts that we've been sort of ruminating on. They've been going around and we've just been like, it's tiring. Sometimes we don't realize it's exhausting to be thinking about something. We think, oh, it's just like physical exercise, but we don't realize the toll that mental anguish or just mental actual thinking so much or overthinking can take its toll on us, particularly if we're dwelling on negativity in any way. So for you, it's okay. So for you, it's literally about, I need a moment. I need a minute. All right. And then I feel like you'll be replenished. Hi, Trish. You'll be replenished quite quickly as well. So then you'll be in a position to kind of move on. And then things will change for you. It's almost like you've been waiting. You haven't realized that you need the break. You've been waiting and then you can move on quite quickly. And then things will change for the better in a way that you can kind of notice quicker when things are starting to pile up thoughts wise. Because if it never shuts off, then that's like difficult because you wake up in the middle of the night and you've got a thought and it's like, and it's like, it's too much. So I have to kind of meditate or shut it down or listen to a guided meditation, because that way you can actually go into it rather than be let your thoughts take over even while you're meditating, which is a lot of people say I can't meditate because I can't stop thinking. But it's not about that. It's about letting your thoughts come and go without grabbing them, and that's what would be good for you. So I will leave that with you, Susan. Thank you so much. Hi, Maxine. I hope that made sense. Right, Anne Ivor. I work with you, matey. Anne Ivor. Hello, Ros. Anne Ivor. Oh, thanks for the share. Did that make sense, Susan? Hope so. Right, Anne, you're here. I'm working with Anne Ivor. I'm going to pull you some cards. I'll choose a different deck for you. I also have Oracle cards. So if you want an Oracle card, please don't hesitate to ask. Hi, Zoe. Right, then let's pull from this deck for Anne. And Ivor. Right then. Yeah, I've got tarot for you. And Ivor. And right then. So let's have a look what we've got for our Anne here. And that's yours. Okie dokie. Oh, cards are coming apart at the edges. Right. So, Anne, what I want to say to you now is that this is okay. Now, I don't know what your status is like relationship wise. So if you're in a relationship or you're not, it does speak to kind of finding going after a new kind of relationship. Now, that could be, it's this way around. It could be a start over with someone. You see, tell me your status and I'll tell you what it means. Because it is very much about a do-over, a starting again with a relationship, you're not in a relationship. Okay, so this is great actually, because this is like, I'm going out to meet someone. I'm going to have a lovely time. I'm a rabbit that wants to do all things as if I've never done them before. For you, it's almost like I'm going to just kind of go out as if there's no jadedness, there's no experience that's creating any thought processes. I can just have a nice time, and I've got a lot of love in my heart, a lot of love to offer. I can meet someone who's kind of, I feel like there's going to be somebody who's quite young at heart, there's a lot of you're quite intuitive, so I feel like you'd want to be with someone who's quite intuitive as well, someone who's sort of psychically aware, someone who's aware of energy, and I feel like that's what you can offer and that's what you will attract. But I do feel it's like it's time to go towards that. If you would like a relationship, it does feel like now is the time. And this is very much speaking about the summer for you. Hi, Joanne. It's very much speaking about summertime, and it's just it just feels like very sweet, actually, very hearts and flowers and very nice and new, and meeting new people and kind of non-judgmental, and sort of maybe entertaining different types of people that you haven't known before. I mean, I'm not saying you have to get into a relationship, but this does speak to meeting someone with whom you can have a relationship, and that doesn't have to be romantic. It can be just that you kind of have nice times with people, and it's almost like, I need to get out now and meet more people and have a better time and just enjoy life, really, with the company of decent people, because this is very much like, let's do that now, let's take action, let's get going, let's kind of enjoy what other people bring to the party. You know, we can get a little bit introspective. So for you, it is very much about doing that. So I'm going to leave that with you, Anne. I hope that makes sense, matey. Right then, where are we? Zoe. Hi, Margot. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Zoe, are you here? Zozo. In real life, this lipstick is so pink you can see it from the moon, but on here it's a bit dull. Great, thanks, Anne. Zoe, I will use the same deck because it's adorable. Right then, everybody that is here, please do say hi. It's great to see you. Claire, hi, how are you? Good, Margot, I'm pleased you're good. Zozo, I can take questions, but otherwise, if you want a card, you can just say, I'd like a general, please, which will be what you need to know. Or you can say, what do I need to know? Or you can ask me a question. Right, Zoe, thank you. I can't see anybody that I know personally, so that's interesting. I wonder where they all are. Right then, Zoe, I'm putting for you right now. I'm talking. I like talking to everybody. Right, Zoe. There, that's for you, matey. Okie dokie pokey. Cokey. All right. Interesting cards, you know. I feel like everything's brilliant. It's a bit much. Everything's brilliant. Oh my God, it's too much. Does this make sense in general, what I'm saying about certain aspects of life? Because what I've got is, let's celebrate. Oh my God, it's too much. So I'm not going to ask you, I'm going to say to you, I feel that you get overwhelmed, not easily, but you do get overwhelmed. Some people thrive on social interaction, and other people are, oh my God, I need to go home and lie down and just stare at the wall and eat crisps on my own. And I feel like sometimes you want to put yourself out and you have a nice time, but then you need to recharge, and it gets a bit much. Oh my goodness, it gets a bit much. And so therefore we have to kind of cut down on what we do. And I feel like you know that already, but sometimes you kind of you don't like to say, I don't want to come to your stupid party. Don't want to go to a stupid party. What are you having another party for? I just sit down. I don't want to go. But for you, it's like, yeah, lovely, thanks. And then you go, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I need new pajamas. That's what it feels like for me. And I'm like, I can't do another one. And it doesn't even have to be parties. It's just like any social interaction can take it from you. So it's like, rah, lovely. Ooh. So really, it's about a bit of more moderation for you. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Linda. It's a bit of moderation coming your way that you need to recognize. Excuse me. You need to recognize a bit sooner when you're starting to pile up, when it's starting to pile on. And then you think, okay, right, I've got this on, that will do. Maybe have fewer things in a week if you can. I know that sometimes it's like everything happens on the same day, and it's like, well, I've got to be more discerning about it for you, because your energy will be depleted to the point where you won't want to do anything. So I'm going to leave that with you. All right. Hope that made sense. Thank you very much. Oh, thanks, Hayley. Hello, Hayley. How are you? Right then, Lauren Bouchard. Did I work with you last week? Lauren Bouchard. Hayley, thank you. Right then, so don't forget to say I'd like an oracle if you would, because I do have oracle cards and they tend to be different. So did that make sense, Zozo? Right, I'm with Lauren. A message for what you need to know right now. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I will get to lots more of you. Don't think just because I've gone down there on the chat that I won't go back up, or, you know, I do dot around. And if I haven't got my glasses on, I can't see what you're saying. Talking of hair, I cut loads off yesterday. The sink was full of it. It looked like I Yes, it looks like very many tribbles had got into trouble. Right, Lauren Bouchard. Right then, Lauren, excuse me. Lauren. I'm waiting for them to drop. You can hear it. Right then, Lauren. So the Ace of Pentacles, I will show you them. And the Knight of Cups. All right, so now that's quite interesting for you, Lauren. So what your guides want you to know is that you want to think about the future in, oh, thank you, Hayley, my new best friend. So what you need to think about the future with a kind of light-hearted way. It's interesting, you know, because the Ace of Pentacles is quite sensible, it's quite serious, and the Knight of Cups, he's kind of very romantically inclined, and it's all very lovely, and I want to go ahead and I want to think of the future. So it's like, how do I create a future now by doing what I do with an open heart, with love in my heart, with kindness and sweetness? And he's wearing a hat as well, so you might want to wear a hat when you go around it. But the Knight of Cups is like, okay, I'm going to start creating my my mind palace for love and get the people around me that are important to me. It's very much about putting down more roots. There might be some sort of aspect where you can kind of furnish more comfort to your life in terms of remuneration, in terms of nutritional balance, in terms of all the things that you, it's almost like I want to do an overhaul in a lot of ways. It's interesting. Lauren, tell me if you understand what I'm talking about. But it's sometimes like, because I've got on the bottom, I've got the Hanged Man. So that talks about not necessarily doing anything right now, but just kind of getting a plan together for the future, because this is the prospect. It's not the actuality. It's the prospect of you doing some things that are going to make your life more comfortable, easier. Just, I was going to say entertaining, funnily enough. Entertainment came into my mind. And with the Knight of Cups, you know, it's very much idealistic. Okay, so I don't address that, but so that's gonna, I will just say it doesn't happen in a minute. That's what I will say, because the Hanged Man is about letting things take a minute. Okay, not necessarily rushing, but thinking very, okay. I'll leave that with you. Thank you so much. Trying to convince him. All right, so that's what that's all about. Good, because I don't need to know until I've done it, and then you've told me. So that's great that you told me afterwards. So thank you so much. Yeah, it'll take a minute or two. Right then, hi Eva, how are you? I remember you. Right then, I know there was a couple more further up that I was going to go to. Trish. And because if you were above and you asked, it doesn't mean that I don't want to read for you. It means that I just landed on Trish, who I love you all very much. Are you here, Trishy Cook? You're welcome, Lauren. Trish Cook, are you here? Great. I'm going to pull you a oracle card. You said any, I think. Hi, Clarice. How are you? Sorry, I did that. I bet everyone does that. Hi, Kat. Oh, Clarice, I'm a terrible person that I did that. Right. Okay. You can slap my legs if you want. Right, Trishy. Trishy. Right. Trish. I must have had some E numbers. Made the ADD worse. Right then. So, I love this card. I've had this for other people quite a lot recently, and it's interesting. I'm glad you're good, Eva. This is Skunk Spirit, and it says know your worth. Look how cute they are. Have you ever seen a baby skunk? I haven't seen one in real life, but they're so cute. So, Skunk Spirit, about knowing your worth. This is about, you know, it's about valuing what you bring to the party. It's about your self-esteem. It's about knowing who you are and what you are worth and what you deserve, and not settling in any way, although sometimes we settle for certain things. But I mean in general, because it's really important that you know what you bring to the party, the value of who you are, and that you get treated with the respect and love and kindness that you deserve, that we all deserve. Okay, but I feel like sometimes you'll go, oh, well, it's all right, you'll smooth it over a little bit. you'll go, oh, it doesn't matter if, and I don't want that for you. I want you to kind of say, do you know what? I didn't deserve to be spoken to like that. And please don't do that again. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I feel like that's really important for you. Yes, true. Okay. And it will be, because this card's come up for you, it's probably going to jog that for you. So the next time anything happens that makes you feel a certain way, like less than or undervalued or just overlooked as well, you will kind of remember that this skunk will just spray. It would just spray a horrific potion, miasma, over whoever it was. I know you're not going to do that, Trish, but think about it and it'll make you laugh, and then you can consider how you go forward and if whether or not those people are worth your time and energy in the future. So that's quite an interesting way. Or you could just carry a spray. Stink bomb. Oh, thanks, Kat. Is it able to share? Is it open? Hello, Maxie. Right then, Hayley, I'll work with you. Hayley Papalo. Or is it Papayo? Papalo. Right, I'm with Hayley. Thank you so much. Trish is laughing because she's going to start making people stink. Spray them. I'm with Hales. Oh, good. I said it 5 different ways. That's funny. I'll just stick with a Hayley. Brilliant. I've got my a different tarot deck here. I like to change them up because occasionally the same cards fall out. Oh, Niagara. Oh, my God. I've been there. I loved it. You're lucky. Oh, how exciting. Right. Got a nasty neighbour with a mouth. I've just totally blanked her now, so I understand. Yeah, you need... Yeah. Some dung. No, I'm not advocating that. But maybe it's just best to kind of, what you're doing. You don't have to say, don't speak to me like that, because she's probably not able to. So you're welcome. You're so welcome. Right, Hales. Hayley Babalo. Right then. I'm just shuffling like lots and lots and lots, just so I don't want it to be the same as it's been for someone else. Hayley. Right. This is your card. This is your... It fell off. Right then. I prop them up against I'm using a laptop, so I prop them up and then I can show you as well. All right, matey. So the short of this for you is I'm going to be you. So I'm going to talk about myself as if I am you. I need to walk away. I am better than this. I have much more about me than is being recognized right now. And it's funny because it slightly buys into what we were saying before about knowing your worth. And sometimes it starts off pretty good for me. And then I find, you know what? I'm disappointed. I'm going to sort of step away from this because I've got like so much about me that this person's not even half as good as me in a way. And it doesn't matter if it's a relationship, a love relationship, or it's a job, which is maybe not so easy to walk away from, but it is something that's disappointing. And you are starting to recognize that it's disappointing. And because of that, it's like there's no point hanging on. Sometimes when something's a little bit disappointing, we'll just wait and see if it gets better. No, it won't get better. What will get better is if we move away from it and put it in the rearview mirror. And because I've got the Magician for you, that's you. So that speaks very much to you kind of manifesting your dreams and being able to do that. It's almost like you haven't realized how good you are, how able you are, how much you bring to the party that you've got, that other people would find, for you, things are easy. And other people don't find that. And so when we find something easy, we don't realize that it's worth something. Hi, Tracy. Does this make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? Hales. And I do feel that because of that, it will, you'll start to see things in a completely different light. It's like the scales fall from your eyes. You're able to see things more clearly. And because of that, you can kind of utilize your skills even more. And I hope that makes sense. Oh, bless you. The disappointment factor, it doesn't mean we don't feel it, but it means we've got the strength of character and the wherewithal to move away from it and then create something even better. Because while we're hanging on and struggling with one thing, we don't have the mental capacity, the space, the bandwidth to move on and do something else. So you will be able to do that. You might need a complete overhaul. It's like you're seeing things as they really are. And it's very disappointing sometimes to see people as they really are, because we hope they'd be a bit better than that, and they're not. So, oh, bless you. What did you say? Oh, cat. Blimey. I think that's the same everywhere. It's horrid. Right then. Claire Plummer, I'm with you. That's good. I'm glad it was spot on. It just means there's stuff to do, really. I'm seeing things a lot differently. Oh, thanks, Hayley. That's great. Brilliant. That's kind of a jump in your development of so many things as well. It's like you'll feel more accomplished as well, and you'll feel like proud of yourself for letting things, to moving away from things. Right then, where is she? Claire, General. I will pull for you right now. I'm a bit hot. Got too many clothes on. It's almost like you can't take your vest off until July. And for Americans, that's a tank. Actually, it's not. It's a singlet. Right. Hands up, who's in America? You pull back from certain things. You don't give your attention and your hard work to certain things. You let things fall away where people aren't putting in the same amount of effort as you. You know, you stop being the one to carry it as well. Right. Claire. Oh, Claire. Right then. Claire Plummer. That's yours, matey. Oh, I've had this before. Today I've had it out once already, I think. And I've got the same card that I had for Hayley for you. Okay, all right. So this is Claire. This is about you, the success that you can bring. Let me show you, because it's a little bit adorable. This is about the success that you're entering into. It's almost like, okay, if it was me, I'm going to say I'm entering into a successful phase, which is sometimes it's like, blimey, I've worked hard. I know what I'm doing. I deserve this minute of success. And it's longer than a minute. You get more. But it's also that you made it happen, because with the magician, as I said to Hayley, this is very much about the skills that you bring to bear in the world, the skills that you have, the way that you can kind of, I've got a dream, and I'm going to have a dream come true. And I think it feels like it speaks to people. It speaks to family. It speaks to successful relationships. It speaks to you choosing how you would like your relationships to go. Relationships. Yeah. Not ships. And how you want your relationships to be, and then you kind of make it happen. It's almost like, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that, and I'm going to make it happen, and we're all going to fall in line, and it's all going to work really well. And that's kind of where I'm at for you. And if you don't know what I mean right now, I feel as though you're going to know what I mean, because it's like this is coming in, it's riding in on a white horse, and it's like, yay me. I feel very much yay me with the oh good, I'm glad you do. I'm glad you understand. You do deserve it, of course. But I do feel as though you're very able to make it happen. So sometimes things that come along we deserve because we've worked for it. And that's where I'm at for you. It's not that you've sat back and it falls into your lap. It's very much that you're able to create the life that you want by the manifestation of the dreams that you've held and the things that you hold dear. So I'm going to leave that with you. And it does also mean sometimes letting things that are gone and over with be done with, because the card on the bottom does speak to things that are over. Let them be over. So don't try and resurrect things that you know are done with. All right, Claire, I'll leave that with you. Clay, Cat, I don't know. It's a good point. Do you know? I feel like, was it like that, or are we being told more, or was it not like that? I do feel it's easier to get hold of things that we shouldn't have in. So I don't know. Hi, Dawn. I'm working very hard and lots of healing. Brilliant, Claire. You're a star. Hi, Dawn Molyneux. Nancy, I feel like you've been here a while. There's lots of people I want to work with, but I've still got half an hour. So if you would like to hang on, that would be great. Where is she? Nancy, are you in a relationship? Nancy Shearman, matey. If you're in a relationship and you want a relationship reading, just let me know if you're in one, because some people like to have a relationship reading and they're not in one, if you know what I mean. They want to know like how it works. I prefer the relationship readings for people that are in them, complicated, separated, or otherwise. So you're a star, Claire. All right, where is she? Just keep checking my modem hasn't gone off. I'm scared of it. Last week I went off for 5 minutes. I'm not in a relationship. I'm separated. Okay. So what do you need to know, really? Let's see. Thanks for the hearts. I agree, Kat. Oh, thanks for the hearts, Roz and Tracy and Joanne. Thank you. Thanks for the love. Nance. Right, I'm surrounded by cards. I mean, you can tell, can't you? Right. Nancy. Oh, bless you, Kat. You're a sweetheart. Nancy. That's yours. King of Pentacles. Right, then. I will show you. King of Pentacles, Five of Swords. That's interesting. Now, do you know what? Let me show you. The King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. This is almost like there's an argument that can be with a person that you're very close to, with a person that you feel they hold a lot of sway in your life. There's a lot of it's a sort of responsible adult in your life that makes you feel as though sometimes you feel like I need to be right, or one of you needs to be right. It's almost like there's an argument that brews within this relationship, whichever relationship that is, and it's sort of like it's very difficult to kind of get away from it. I feel, should I just let it go or give it another go? You've asked me the question. Okay. If you can get that, I see that's the dynamic I have, but I do feel like it's worth one more go. That's interesting because I never feel like that. But the card on the bottom is the Ten of Pentacles, which speaks to longevity. It speaks to something that, you know, but you have to be able to get past that the way you speak to each other. All right. I feel like for you, Nance, that there is some redemption for this relationship if you can get to the point when your stance, either of you, your stance is of opposition rather than coming together. It's like butting heads. It's not a good position to take if you want to resurrect a relationship. If you want to be on the same page and work together, it's almost like we're going to work separately. I want to take chunks. I don't like the dynamic, and I feel if you can change the dynamic, then there is a lot to be had. There is a lot to be gained from this. Does that make sense? Because with the Five of Swords, it's like I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. And it's like you're not getting anywhere. You're not moving forward, and it doesn't feel good. So really, it's like, okay, I hear what you're saying. That's an interesting way to put things. Let me think about that, you know, rather than like, no, you're wrong. So I'm going to leave that with you. That's very much, I do feel like there's a possibility here for you. Hi, Natalie. Oh my God, Kat. I'm so sorry to hear that. That sounds absolutely awful. My goodness. Thanks, Nance. Right then. Tracy Hand. Tracy Hand, I will work with you. I'm going to give you a... Right, I want to work with Tracy Hand, and then I want to go to Joanne Lewis. So I don't... Can somebody try to remind me? Tracy, then Joanne. Tracy, then Joanne. Because I know you've been here a long time. I won't make a list, otherwise it's like it's not fair in a way. And I know that you... I'm here every week anyway. Right then, Tracy, I'm going to give you a oracle. I've just ordered some new oracle cards, so I will bring those with me next week, please God. So that'll be goody gumdrops. Tracy. Tracy. That's for you. Okay. Oh, interesting. That's a great card, honestly. These are so cute. Look at this. That's your card. Bat spirit. Is it reversed or is it the right way around? Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. I love bats. I love them. So this for you is about kind of re-emergence of self, okay? And self is you. So it means either that you're kind of shedding a skin, if you will. It's a little bit like the death card with tarot. It speaks to kind of letting something be gone, sort of sloughing off the old skin and allowing the new to emerge. And sometimes we don't know what the emergence will bring. We don't know who we're going to be, so sometimes we hold on to what was. But for you, it's very much about coming into your power even more than you ever were. And it's very much about what you know and utilizing it better. The wisdom that you carry in your psyche almost. I feel like you've got a bit of an old soul going on. I wonder if I've ever said that to you before. And it's funny that I've got animal cards and you've got your foxy on there. But for the rebirth is assured. It's almost like, okay, so that's a shoo-in. There is nothing, you don't need to think about that. And it's funny because this bat's kind of enlightened. Can you see? It's almost like his third eye's going for it. And this is very much about inner knowledge and how I feel like there's peace that comes with that. Inner peace, inner knowledge. It brings you a certain amount of peace. And I feel like that's always something we all strive for. Peace can be underrated, can't it? We want excitement. No, just give me a bit of peace sometimes. And I feel like that rebirth brings peace because it's almost like you were going through a time when you thought, don't quite know what I'm doing, and then it was all leading to this, and that's where I'm at for you, and I really like that for you. So I'll leave that with you, girlfriend. Thank you so much. Oh, cat, bless you. Blimey, it's a lot. Yeah, love a bit of peace. Right then, I'm with Joanne. I'm with our Joanne because I did promise that, and that was for Trace. Right then, I'm going to have a sip of water. I've drunk gallons of water today. Right then. You're very welcome, Trace. It's nice to see you, matey. Are you following me? I hope you are. Right, Joanne. I won't give you an oracle. I feel I'm going to give you tarot. Right then, if the wind changes, I'll stay like that. Brilliant, Tracy. Thank you. I'm glad you understood it all. Right, Joanne. I think I have worked with you before. It's nice to see you, Joanne. I do pop up in lots of places going live. I do love going live. It's my favourite. Joanne Lulu. That's yours. Two of Pentacles. Right, then I will show you. Oh, okay. As you're reading, it's just noises. Ooh, there you go. Thank you very much. Right, okay. Well, blimey, O'Reilly. Look, so I've got for you in that order. I don't know whether it's reversed. So I've got the Two of Pentacles and the Devil. So this is for you. It's like, you know what they say about the devil finding work for idle hands? It's almost like I really need you to focus on where you put your time, your energy, and your attention. Because once you do that, your course will steer this ship aright. Because I do feel that sometimes you get sidetracked from what you really need to do and end up doing something that you really don't need to do, and then the whole day's gone and it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that, I wanted to do that, and it's like, how did I get there? And it's like, oh my god, the whole day went. And it's like, that's not just once, that's happened before, Joanne. I do feel like you it's interesting because it's about the choices that you made. The bottom card is very much about the choices, and I want you to kind of cut through those choices with what is really necessary for you. Let me get more comfortable. It's very important that we take charge of our focus, our time, our energy, the way we look after ourselves, our nutrition, all the things, because a balancing act is fine while you're able to, but sometimes when we're balancing plates, spinning plates, the plates drop, and then we're like, oh my goodness, what did I do? But for you, I would say that I need to do that quickly, because when we get involved with things that take our attention away from the true path, we're just treading water. We're not moving towards anything that's like in our best interest. And so I feel for you, you would do better to get on it now, because it's like there is always another day, but why not use those days in a way that are actually more meaningful? I feel like sometimes your days, you get to the end of the day and you think, what did I do? What was that about? And you don't want that, really, because it doesn't make you feel good about yourself. It never does. Those kind of feelings never make you feel good about yourself. So I'm going to leave that with you, girlfriendy. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Tracy. I'm glad you do. Cat. Well, Cat, it's an interesting choice that we make, isn't it? Cat, I'm going to pull for you, Cat Flatley. Cat. I'm going to pull for you, Cat Flatley. Hello, Colorado, Jean. I've been to Colorado. I probably said this to you last time. You're welcome. You're welcome, Joannie. Right then, Cat Flatley, I'm going to pull you a tarot card. Tarot. And I know you know tarot, so I'm pulling you some tarot, Cat Flatley. Cat. They're falling. Yeah, I've been to Colorado. Where did I go? Estes Park, Denver. Right, Cat. No, interesting. So interesting. Did you hear what I said to you a minute ago about choices? That's your card. It's about the choices that we make. I said it to you, interestingly. I said it and now I've pulled it, because that very often reflects back how it the cards will reflect the sort of question that you didn't even ask. So for you, it's about, I need to make choices that work for me going forward. And sometimes the choices we are presented, when they're not always choices, they might be unwanted options. So you need to be sure that you do have agency, that you do have choices that you're able to make, that you're a person who sort of weighs up the pros and the cons, and you're very, very kind. But sometimes that's just not fair. So I feel like there's some guilt involved for you. There's a certain amount, like you feel as though you need to take on certain things you feel as though you need to take them on. It's almost like some sort of penance. It's an interesting way of looking at things, but that's what I'm getting. I'm not comfortable. I get the feeling that you feel as though you need to there's some sort of penance that you need to, I don't know. It's almost like I don't like the way that you feel about yourself when you're making choices based on things that are not good for you necessarily, but they may be good for other people, and that's admirable. But it needs to be more about you. I want to get the balance right, because these are all choices. Not all of them are good, and not all of them work for you, Kat. So I'm very much in favor of you choosing something that works for you, but I know that you're very karmically inclined, so I feel as though you're in credit quite a lot with your karma. So I'm not worried about that for you, but I want you to sort of steer your ship towards that which makes you a little bit happier and feels a bit more secure, because I know that you work hard. You're a person who's quite you're a sincere person who works hard and takes things at face value, but I do feel as though there's some work to be done on your boundaries. All right, so I'll leave that with you, Kat. Natalie Dun Natalie Dun do dun Natalie Dun do dun Natalie Dun Natalie. Where are you, Natalie? Are you there? Hello, Mimi. Hello, Andrea. I'm going to work with you. There you are. So did that make sense, Cat Flatley? Natalie done. You done. Right then. Natalie. Shut up, Lisa. Stop saying Natalie. Just pull the cards for Natalie. Oh, it was 44:44 when I looked at the clock. Right. Natalie. Right, that's for you. The Ace of Wands. Hooray. And the Ace of Cups. Hooray. This is nice. I like it. I like this. Right. So this is so much about opportunity. It's like you're being given opportunities that you need to grab hold of. And it's very much about, if when like spring is sprung and the grass is reared and all of that, you can go back and listen to it, girlfriend Cat. Thank you. This is about I feel like I want to get dynamic. I feel like I want to just kind of launch forth into the world. I want to write poetry. I want to create things. I want to paint. I want to go to Paris and paint pictures of sausages wearing moustaches. I want to do all these things. I feel like there's an opportunity coming your way for you to be able to do things that you would like to do, that you would love to do. And it's not just that the opportunities come your way. It's up to you to grab them. So things don't happen without your input, but I do feel as though don't miss out on opportunities because you're busy looking somewhere else. Thank you, Kat. Oh, so that was significant for you, Kat, as well. Don't miss out on opportunities because you're looking down. Do you know what I mean? When you go to a new city, they say look up because you'll miss the architecture because you're looking at the ground or that kind of thing. So for you, it's about looking for what comes your way, Natalie. What's coming for me? What can I do? Can I do start a new class? Can I create something? Can I put something out into the world that would be like beautiful? Can I write a poem? Can I just give something to the world that gives me? Or is more about what you get as well? So it's about giving and getting and just having really lots of opportunity that we all do, but we sometimes don't notice. And I feel like some of these opportunities could take you into sort of a long time along, take you further into your life where you would enjoy the comfort that it brings you, the profit, if you will, the profits of it. So I'm going to leave that with you, Natalie. Done. Does that make sense? Yeah, you can. These will be up, on the page. Find Me a Medium online live psychic reading, so you can read them, watch them again. Linda Wallace. Oh, I feel like mine's okay, so it probably is your internet, Cat. Right. Linda Wallace. You're welcome, Nat. Did it make sense, Nat? Did it make sense? Right, Linda Wallace. I've been shuffling those, but I actually want to shuffle a different thing. Right then. I like this one. Okay. Hopefully by next week I'll have even more oracles. Lindy Lou. Thanks for your confirmation, Catty. Right. Oh, come back to it, Cat. Linda. That's yours. Linda. Okie dokie pokey. I feel as though things have been pretty hard for you, matey. I feel as though I've been caught between a rock and a hard place. I'm going to tell you that for nothing. I feel as though sometimes when we create something, it's not always created on the firmest of foundations. So we're creating on a house of cards, a house of sand, and therefore it has to dissipate. It has to go away before we can actually start to build something more meaningful. But sometimes we get into a loop of behavior where we don't actually notice what's going on. This is quite a lot for you. This is almost, I could sort of spend the next half hour discussing this with you. Got the Tower and the Devil. Now, this is not little bits and pieces in your life, Linda. This is a lot. This isn't, what should we have on our jacket potato, or if you're American, a baked potato. But it does mean that you felt like I don't know what to do. I'm really stuck. This is too difficult. And it does mean that you have to figure things out. You have to let go what was. You have to kind of rebuild, start again. But you can't do it with the same head on, because it's almost like you have to kind of take the experience and build on it and make sure that what you do next time is definitely bang on for you. It's almost like, let's just say, we invested in something because it was a high return, even though a little bit of us probably knew that that wasn't real, and then we lost our money, and then we're looking around to try and save it by gambling. It's that thing. I'm not saying these are the things that you've done, but those are the sort of behaviors that it doesn't help, but it feels okay in the moment. So it's almost like we wanted to give up smoking, and the only way to do that was to smoke. There's nothing gained from it. So for you, it's about finding where your it's about finding where your little rut is. It's about finding what you can do to get out of it, because I know that you can. Because when we're trapped in a certain situation in a certain way, it's almost like we put ourselves in that situation. I don't say you put yourself in the difficulty, but you keep yourself in it in a certain way, because it almost becomes familiar. It also becomes somewhat familiarity. Even when it's difficult, it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. It's hard, but I'll keep doing that. There is much more for you, but you have to kind of figure it out and allow yourself to kind of know that you deserve more. You say you're in a rut, but I feel like this is an opportunity for change. And I do feel that change could be quite monumental for you. And I do feel like I could just talk to you for the next half an hour, because this is like a lot. And I know that, and I don't underestimate how it feels, but I know that there's more for you, and that the kind of one of the worst things happened. Now we rebuild, we grow, we move on, and we put that behind us, and we talk about it as something that happened to us and around us, but we are stronger than that which happens to us. So I really like that for you moving forward. I really do. So I'll leave that with you, matey. Thank you very, very much. If you would like to follow me, that would be brilliant. I know that things will change. Right then. Andrea. How are you, Andrea? I'll work with you right now. Andrea Reese. Andrea Reese. So far, so good with the internet. Mine, at least. I know. Oh, bless you, Linda. You're very welcome. Thank you. I've got nose blind to my joss sticks. Do you like incense? Who likes incense? I love it, but I can't smell it at all. And oh, thanks, Roz. You're a sweetheart. Roz Cherie. Right, and I do too much shuffling. I'm gonna get RSI with shuffling. Right then, Andrea. That's yours. Oh, I like this one. We love this one, and we like this one for you. So this, okay, I'm going to talk as if it's me, because I do that when I do mediumship. It's easier in a way, and it's sort of personal. So what I want to say to you is that I'm starting something. I want to start something from scratch. I want to go like tripping off into the world, because I'm getting an idea that I've got something I want to contribute. I want to make something. I want to do something that gives me passion, that gives me an oomph, that gets me up in the morning, that makes me think, oh yes, that's put a spring in my step. So that could be that you want to meet new people. It could be that you want to start a band. You want to play the spoons. It doesn't matter what it is, but you know it and you feel it. And it feels very much like spring is sprung and the grass is riz. And I want to start doing something that makes me happy, that I've probably never done before. And it might be that you say to a friend, I know this sounds mad, but I want to take her ice skating in wearing a leopard costume. And they'll go, that does sound mad, but actually, why don't you do that? And then you go, all right, then I will. And it's almost like you're looking for someone to say to you, go on then. And it's a bit like that. And I'm saying to you, go on then. So for you, I really like that. If you want to go ice skating in a leopard costume, I will not judge you. Do it. It doesn't matter what it is. You want to start cooking different things or making a different life or carving a new path. I do really feel that you can do that. I just really like that. And it's quite exciting. The Page of Wands is like, yay! And it's something that you can carry on and on and on. So if it was like learning a language, for example, that you've never done before, it's something that will give you pleasure going forward, and you're kind of waking up to the things that you would like to do. So I'll leave that with you. Thank you very much. Right then, Roz, you've been here a while, haven't you? Rosie Cherie, I can pull for you. Rosie, Roz. Yeah, I feel like just kind of make a wish list that if you weren't stuck, what would you do? Because you're not stuck. You've got loads of options. Roz, I'm going to pull you from this same deck. Rosie, Roz. You're welcome, Andrea. I feel like it's quite exciting. We have to pay some attention to the internal narrative, you know, that when we say we're stuck or we can't or we we start to believe that, and it's not true. You're not stuck. You're able. So, Roz, here we go. Rosie, Roz, you're very, very, very welcome. Roz, they're dropping. You can hear them. You can't see them, but you can hear them. This one's yours. Okay, 4 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Oh, Ace of Wands. Okay, so we are getting into our creative juices, aren't we? So for you, what I want to say, I can smell my perfume, but I can't smell my Justin. Can you smell it? So nice. Right, so for you, this is about celebrating the wins as well as kind of moving towards all of our ambitions. Yours, not mine, because I'm talking about you, not me. Because there's also some things you need to leave behind. There's some things you need to leave in the past. There's some things you need to realize that when they're done, they're over. That's finished. That's okay. And that leaves a lot of space for me to create what I want to create. And I want to create. That's what I feel so strongly with you, because I've got all wands. But it also... Oh, you sprayed yours. I must have smelled it then, because I suddenly got a waft of my own. Mine's gone. But I want to say that when we've got all of a thing, we sometimes neglect another thing. So I don't want you to kind of just get rid of logic. I don't want you to kind of just be in my feels, your feels, because sometimes when I'm a free spirit and I dance naked around a lamppost in the middle of Trafalgar Square. I don't want you to do that. I want you to also bring to bear some thought process, some logic, but I do want you to chase the things that you enjoy. And I feel like you're more than ready to move on some of it. Some of it's been brewing for a while now. And you can enjoy the success of it and then move on to the next project. So I do feel quite project based with you. I feel as though these projects can actually bring you a lot of happiness. Yes, look to be creative, manifest new thing. Yeah, and you can. And all of these cards speak to you doing very, very successfully within that. But also don't get carried away. Do only what really makes sense for you. I mean, if you want to, what did I say about dancing naked in Trafalgar Square, you will get arrested, but it doesn't mean you can't do a lot of the things that really make you happy and make you feel who you are. And what perfume was it? I'll leave that with you, matey. Thank you. What perfume was it? Mine is Devotion. It's lemony. It smells like lemon cake, my one. It's gorgeous smell. Lemon cake, so good. Not drizzle, sort of more cakey. Right then, I'll leave that with you. So I bored of my day job, grateful but need change. Tommy, okay. Tilly Homfigure, dancing, good. Keep your clothes on, keep your drawers on. Right then, I've got time for one more. Hope that made sense. I'm glad. Good to see you. Nice to work with you. I've got time for one more. Please do drop me a follow. I'm here every week as well. And I do private work. If you would like to work with me privately, just come into my inbox. Hello, Krish. Oh, good, Roz. It's nice to see you, Krishy. Mimi, I'll work with you because I know you've been here a really long time. If I didn't get to you, I'm so sorry. It's not personal, honestly. Mimi M. Cash. Right, I'll pull for you right now, matey. Mimi, what do you need to know? It's nice to see you, Chris. Pile. Mimi, 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 Mimi. Page of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about not giving too much away. Not giving too much of your heart away. Oh, it's nice to see you. Thanks for popping on. It's about holding on to your halfpenny, really. It's almost like don't give your heart away. Don't let him steal your heart away. It's a song by what's his name? Phil Collins. All right. I've frozen. I want you to look up Don't Let Him Steal Your Heart Away. Okay. Do that for me, Mimi, and come back later another time and put it underneath what you think, because that's where I'm at for you. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but it does mean that you're all in with things. And I'm not going to say there's naivety, but I am going to say that sometimes you're very, very, very trusting. You're very sweet, and it almost like I don't want you to be. I want you to put a little bit. Oh, relationship. You told me what you want after I've died. Okay, so use it for that. I want you to listen to that song, Phil Collins, Don't Let Him Steal Your Heart Away. And I want you to hold on to a little bit more of your heart to yourself when you if you're with someone or if you meet someone. It's very important that you don't go all in too quickly before you get back what it is you're giving out. And I feel like that's difficult for you. So I feel like you have to exercise a little bit of restraint and diplomacy and just work the way that you would like to rather than the way that you always have. All right, so I'm going to leave that with you. That's me done for the week. I will be here next week, please God. I will be on Eastern Standard next week, so those of you in British time, it's 4:11 Eastern and 11 Eastern, 987. No, doesn't matter. Right, so if you want a private, come into my inbox. Thank you everyone for being here. I've been Lisa Edelman, and it's been my absolute pleasure to work with lots of you. I hope that made sense. You have a great week, Jean. Thank you. Did that make sense, Mimi? Tell me it made sense. Lots of love. God bless. I'm going.